Take out the Black Panther Shuri here. Alright, basic. Can I pull this off? He's about to take his turn. There we go. Got it. How's it going, everybody? This is Siri here, and we have a round 2 matchup for Cosmic Crucible with Overpowered in full effect. Today we are going against Midnight. Now, Midnight is pretty close in TCP. They are 185 million power. Now, as far as the defense goes, they do have a few interesting things in here. So we have a full Orchis in Stage 1, Liberty with Nova, interesting enough, in Stage 2. We have Wanda's Revenge in Stage 3. Stage 4 is pretty interesting to me. So we have a Thanos Endgame, we have Kahhori, we have Deathpool, we have Mephisto, and Sasquatch. Stage 5, we just have the X-Treme Rogue, which is fine. And Stage 6, we have Illuminati with Captain Britain, so they didn't break up the Illuminati. We have Gladiator in here, and Odin. So what they're trying to do is bait Starjammers in here, which I'm not going to end up doing. I'm going to try and do Starjammers in 4, and use the old counter Phoenix Force in here. Now my Black Knight is on defense, so this is going to kind of come down to some RNG on there. Then if it doesn't work, I can try to clean it up. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Alright, I'm not quite sure how this is going to end up going. So what we have here is Phoenix Force, Mephisto. I have Old Man Logan to stop the charges from Odin. I have Echo. I did have to spend about 10 million gold to take her to 105. She was sitting at 100 for the longest time. And basically, the Omega Ray Phoenix Force is going to get the taunt onto Mephisto. Phoenix is going to have the taunt as well. Black Panther Shuri is going to special into the Phoenix over here. I'm hoping Old Man Logan and Phoenix or Echo live long enough to hold off until Odin takes his turn. From there, I'm hoping that my Omega Ray Phoenix Force and Mephisto can try to carry this to victory. If it doesn't, I should be able to try to kill everybody else off and then come in with the cleanup. Considering I don't really have an official taunt in here, this is going to be pretty rough. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so we're going to end up using the basic into Gladiator. Alright, so it looks like they actually went towards Old Man Logan as opposed to a Phoenix in here with the Black Panther Shuri. That's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and basic here. Alright, Captain Britain's dead. That is great. We didn't get the assist, so there's no battlefield effect out there. Let's go ahead and special. Alright, let's go to Odin, special here. Alright, we're gonna ult into there. That's great. Alright, special. Alright, that ability block's not great. Let's go ahead and ult. Striker shot. Take out the Black Panther Shuri here. Alright, basic. Can I pull this off? He's about to take his turn. There we go. Got it. Alright, stage 4 supercharged. So this one here, I'm worried about the Kahhori and the Mephisto portion of this. That is why I wanted to save Starjammers for this one. I don't really need Havoc as that skirmisher. I'm going to switch him back over to a Raider on here. The other ISOs I'm fine with. We need to take out this Kahhori and the Mephisto. Luckily, the Thanos endgame isn't overpowered because that would be pretty nasty on us. But I think we should be good here. Let's go in. Alright, so we're going to end up using that ult into Sasquatch over here from Havoc. Unshot him. Goodbye. Alright, let's go ahead and ult with Howard the Duck into Kahhori. From ability block, let's go ahead and special into her. I debated about ulting, but I don't want to push that Thanos yet. Let's go ahead and special and save that ultimate. Get a rebound chain going. Alright, there goes Kahhori. Let's go ahead and special into Mephisto. That's going to call the assist in, and hopefully a striker shot. No striker shot, though. Alright, there she goes. Now, when Lilandra takes a turn, we can ult, get rid of those positive effects in Thanos over here. Let's go ahead and special. Alright, special into Mephisto here. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of those positive effects, get that decay going, triple shot. Hit him like a wet noodle. Alright, let's go ahead and ult. All right, there's the rain. All right, so that portion's out of the way. We're pretty good on health right now, so we should be good on this. Let's ult here. Ult here. Gives another ability block. Let's go ahead and special. Get those assists called in. All right, there we go. All right, stage 1, we have the full Orchis team. I'm going to end up using my Nightstalkers. I'm taking Moon Knight out for Kestrel. This is something I should have done yesterday. Basically, Kestrel's going to stop the summon from coming in, and then from there, we just have our Nightstalkers to just annihilate this team. Let's go in. All right, so there goes Kestrel stopping the summon. Scientist Friend does the ult. We get the flip. Oath is going first. Let's go ahead, target Nimrod and ult into Nimrod. All right, let's target Lady Deathstrike and ult here. All right, so that should get some pings from Agatha. There goes Nimrod. There goes... Oh, they end up surviving. All right, extra shot there. They bled out. Ult into Lady Deathstrike. That should kill her off. Now, a very easy kill into the Sentinel. And that Sentinel just picked up Kestrel. I remember when Kestrel used to be good. All right, there we go. Got it. All right, stage 5. We're just going to end up using our Immortal X-Men in here. I could definitely use a Cabal team. I just figured, go mutant on mutant. Why not? Should be pretty easy in here. I'm going to switch Jean back to a striker before I forget. There we go. All right, so let's go in and take this one out. All right, so we have overpowered, it looks like, on some of these. I saw some green arrows up here, so that's good for us. Let's go ahead and special get the Promise Stun into Gambit, so we don't have to worry about those pings. Let's go ahead and special into Rogue. 102, we got the overpowered here. She ended up dodging that. All right, let's go ahead and target Forge. We're going to special. Let's get him killed off. All right, let's ult here. Bring everybody together. Forge is about to get wrecked. All right, let's go ahead and basic. Cable gets that turn meter. Special into Gambit. Turn meter rewind. There goes Forge as well. And Nightcrawler's eating this on his own. About 9.6 million damage. Not bad. All right, stage 3, Toxic. We're going to end up using our Cabal team. We're adding Kang and Black Cat in here. I just want a Black Cat for that extra stun, because if we can get that stun landed on Agatha and Scarlet Witch, this should be a very easy matchup. Cabal usually runs over this. It shouldn't take many turns, so we shouldn't get taxed too much on the efficiency hit due to the Toxic room. Let's go in. Actually, we are making Black Cat a Raider as well. Sorry about that. All right, so Kang is going first. Let's go ahead and special into Scarlet Witch. So you've got some slows. Got crit, no slow, that's fine. All right, special into Scarlet Witch. There goes Morgan. All right, target Agatha. Let's go ahead and ult for turn meter rewind here. All right, let's go ahead and stun Agatha. Yeah, she ended up resisting it, but we get the assist in there. All right, let's go into Wanda. All right, there goes Scarlet Witch, and here goes Agatha. So, not terrible. All right, stage 2, Turtle Shell. We're going in here with Astral, Red Hulk, and Apocalypse. Red Hulk's going to end up doing the special. We get some turn meter rewind out there. That's going to speed up Apocalypse. That ultimate should do some pretty massive damage to him. And we have the Astral team in here to basically have those new stats. We get the pings from Shadow King. This should be a pretty quick one. Let's go in. All right, so Red Hulk. Let's go ahead and do the rewind in Nova, Falcon, and Peggy. All right, now we get to ult, get a striker shot. Let's do that into Falcon Joaquin. There goes Nova. Done there. Falcon punch Peggy. All right, let's go ahead and special into Patriot. That's going to hit the adjacent. There goes Peggy. All right, let's ult into Cap Sam. Now we got the safeguard. We got another ping. And that just wrecked them. All right, so we did end up getting the victory on this one. We got a 50,194. Midnight got a 41,415. Now, after the matchup, I did end up seeing this already. It was just too late for me to record it. I talked to Midnight. He was struggling quite a bit on that stage 6. So let's go ahead and take a look at the attacks. For my attack, stage 1, I ended up doing the Nightstalkers Kestrel. This got me at 8367. Stage 2, I ended up doing that Astral Red Hulk Apocalypse team for 8370. Very clean hit there. Stage 3, Cabal Black Cat Kang, 8368. Stage 4, Starjammers in here. So this one here, I was kind of dicey on. I knew I kind of had to pull the trigger on this one because my Kahhori was on defense at that time. So I had to kind of risk that stage 6, which did end up working for me. Regardless, this got me at 8358. Stage 5, Immortal X-Men, 8368 as well. Stage 6, so this one here, I did Phoenix Force, Mephisto, Old Man Logan, Echo. I did have to take up to that level 105, so I spent 10 million gold on top of the 30 million yesterday. This got me at 8368, but I was able to get that one shot, which is great. Now for my defense, the Illuminati, Zombie Juggernaut, Super Scroll. So they end up using Cabal, Kang, and Ultimates in here for 7961. They were able to kill Zombie Juggernaut and Black Panther Shuri. Then they went in for the cleanup. This one here, I kind of figured would be a little dicey even without the Captain Britain in here. Stage 2, they end up using Starjammers here. Now, I did make a change to this room, which I'll show you afterwards. This got them at 8368. Stage 3, they use Astral Falcon in here because Emma Frost X-Men was elsewhere. This got them at 8349, and they almost failed this one. Stage 4, Hive Mind Super Scroll into my Orchis for 8365. Stage 5, so they did end up getting the Superior 6 with Mysterio Old Man Logan. That did end up working in this. Now, if I can keep pulling Old Man Logan away so they can't use Old Man Logan in the stage 6, I actually count this as a victory in my books. This got them at 8362. Now, stage 6, you can see they really struggled with this one. They initially attempted the Phoenix Force, Black Knight, Echo, and Blade is one they added in here as opposed to the Old Man Logan, who was used in that stage 5. They only killed Sasquatch. They got Gore pretty low. Then they went in with Immortal X-Men, and this team here actually got rolled. I saw the replay on this one. Then they kind of didn't have anything left, so they used their Spider Society with New Emma for 10 points. So he did struggle a little bit, but good game. Hopefully we can get a rematch. We can have a pretty close matchup. But as far as the defense goes, I'm keeping everything else the same. It's stage 2 that I ended up making the change in. I took Kahhori out. I put Pav in here. That way, if they do end up using Immortal X-Men, I have some RNG to try to get that slow into Storm. I also made Pav a skirmisher for this. And as you see, everything else is the same as it was. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day.